What is up, Best Self Squad? Welcome to this week's Trev Talk. So, this one is going to be much more lighthearted, aside from the story that leads up to it. But I've noticed the past few weeks, I've kind of gone in on more like problems. Now, there is a lot of utility in exploring problems because inherently we need to find solutions to those problems. But this week, we're going to keep it light. It's going to be all about the word on my arm, gratitude. So why it is so important to have a gratitude practice. This is something that I've implemented almost every single day for, I don't even know how many years at this point, maybe 6, 7, something like that. And it has made a drastic difference in my life. But the big moment that it really hit me, I will tell that story in a second. But first, housekeeping items. Again, last week I was mentioning I only have a few slots left. It was at, I believe, 4 last week. We are down to 3 coaching spots left. Now, that is a monthly coaching program. So if you just want like a quick workout program or something, that can be arranged outside of it. But if you want to work directly with me on fitness, nutrition, personal development, stress reduction, and just finding purpose in your life, hit me up. 3 spots left. And then I'm assuming those are going to be the people locked in for a while. So get it while you can get it. And then apparel. We've got some awesome summer apparel out. It is comfy because I love comfy clothes. It looks sweet, especially the Best Self apparel. Bright logo, bright colors. Get it now. But back to gratitude. So anyone who tunes in regularly or anyone who knows me knows I love road trips. I love traveling. I love doing stupid stuff in terms of adventure. And my very first long road trip was a 3-week road trip all around the southwestern United States. And one of those stops was in Yellowstone National Park. Now, in Yellowstone, there's a waterfall called Gibbon Falls. If you've been to Yellowstone and you know it, then you've seen that if you're looking at the waterfall, to the left of the waterfall, there's a road with an overlook. Now, I was at this overlook and I asked one of the park rangers, hey, how can I get to the base of the waterfall? They said, I am not allowed to just climb from the overlook straight down. I had to go down the road about a mile. There's a parking spot, park there, and then walk alongside the river to get to the waterfall. So I did that. I went, parked my car. I was gung-ho. I had, my backpack with all my stuff. I had my camera ready to go. And I trekked along the side of the waterfall. And then at a certain point, there's a cliff that kind of blocks where you're either walking upstream through the river or you climb up these rocks, and it's a steep gravel kind of cascade that leads to a big drop off into rocks and the river. On that gravel kind of cascading, there was a periodic tree or bush or shrubbery here or there. So me, in my head, I figured it's an easy enough climb up the rocks. It's an easy enough leapfrog across these trees and bushes and shrubberies, and an easy enough climb down. Bada bing, bada boom, I'm at the waterfall. So I do the easy climb up and I start leapfrogging across these said things to grab onto, trees, bushes, what have you. But I drastically overestimated my physical ability to close a gap between 2 of them. And so I ran up and I tried to slide down and I missed grabbing a tree that I was aiming for. And I started sliding down this cascade of gravel. And about, I don't know, 5 or 10 feet before the drop off, I just happened to slide right into a bush that I could grab onto, and then eventually work my way, got to the waterfall. Awesome picture. That's not the point of this story though. I was 5 to 10 feet away from falling off essentially just the side of a cliff, and I would have fallen into rocks. End of story. No Best Self, no Trev Talks. And that experience in the moment, I really didn't appreciate the magnitude of what had just happened. Me being me, I just wanted to see the waterfall. So I just carried on and went to the waterfall. But once I got out of that and I was back at my campsite later that day, it really hit me that I was very close to just not being here anymore. And mom or dad, if you're listening to this, I apologize for this stupidity. But it really goes to show, obviously, that was a self-inflicted situation, but we really don't know how many days we have left. We don't know when our last moments are going to be. And so just being grateful for even being here, being grateful for waking up in the morning is such a useful practice for me, because I don't know, in another universe, Earth 268 Trevor didn't hit that bush, fell off, and isn't here. And so just getting to wake up and getting to experience another day for me is something I do not take for granted, or at least I try not to, whenever I'm aware enough to show appreciation for life itself and all of the beauty that comes with it, all of the challenges, the trials, the tribulations, the celebrations, the people, the places, the things, everything that I get to experience, good, bad, whatever I label the experience, at least I'm experiencing it. At least I'm here. And so that's kind of the tip for today, is just start showing gratitude for what you have. It is so easy, especially on the path of self-development and trying to level up in life, to focus on the distance between where we're at now and where we want to be. But it's so crucial to also just sit with where you're at now and appreciate all of the things that you have, the person that you are, the beautiful aspects of life that show themselves to you in every moment that maybe we just don't focus on because of all the other things that we're worried about and moving towards, and all of that stuff that comes with the package. But that story aside, I want to talk about just a few of the benefits of a gratitude practice. And I've got a handy dandy Google with me to help me out. Now, I know a lot of these, but I just don't want to miss any. So we're going to go down the list. It improves sleep quality. It improves emotional regulation. So when you have that focal point, there's not as much amplitude on the wave of emotional range. Obviously, it increases feelings of happiness and just good mood. It increases hope, which obviously isn't always a quantifiable thing, but when you show gratitude for what you already have, you have a higher amount of hope that there's going to be more good things coming down the pipeline. On top of that, it increases, or sorry, not increases, it reduces risk of heart problems, gastrointestinal issues, all of these things. So if you want better sleep, if you want to be in a better mood, if you want to have more regulated emotions, if you want less GI and heart issues, just be grateful. It's as simple as that. So this one's going to be nice and short. If you do have a daily gratitude practice, let me know how you go about it. So for me, my actual gratitude practice is at least once a week, I journal about kind of the highlights of my week and how grateful I am for those experiences. Every day, I do not let myself get out of bed without thinking of 3 things that I'm excited about that are going to happen in my day, or at least they're planned out to happen. At the end of the day, before I fall asleep, I think of 3 things that I was grateful for from that day, whether it was a new person that I met or a new experience I had, or just the gratitude that I have for doing things like this. Like, I promise you, when my head hits the pillow tonight, I will think about how grateful I am to have a platform to express these thoughts and hopefully make an impact on even one life, hopefully more than that. But if you couldn't tell, I'm very amped up about gratitude. There's a reason I got it permanently put on my body. But if you do already practice, again, throw it in the comments. What does your practice look like? If you don't already practice, I highly recommend it. If you start practicing because of this video, come back, throw it in the comments. What did you experience? Or shoot me a DM. As always, I love hearing about that stuff. And if you just don't believe in a gratitude practice, I am very curious why. Again, I'm pretty confident in the fact that this is objectively a beneficial thing, but I'm always interested to hear devil's advocate, or just why you disagree as much as why you agree. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will catch you in the next Trev Talk. Peace.